I don't know how flattering this camera angle is, but I've got like short amount of time to film this. This is not tea in this cup. It's been a hell of a bloody day. Couple of news stories. Let me start this again. Take two. Right. If you're new here, my name's Victoria. I'm a mum of 5 in the UK. On here I do home education, homemaking, low income living, motherhood. Right. My large family, mum, unfiltered, raw, what's going on, personal vlogs are now on Patreon. If you'd like to pop over there and support me, I'll link it below. The last video I did a couple of weeks ago, where I was just mindlessly ranting about stuff, did quite well. So I thought I'd do another one. But before I start, just let me remind you, it's been a hell of a day. I haven't got the energy to caveat and preface everything. Stop being people getting offended. People tend to get offended whether they want to or not anyway. And I'm sorry about any unfortunate phrasing. So if this ranty video does well as well, I might do some more, you know, make it a regular feature, me ranting, running my mouth on the internet. But we'll see how it goes, because you have to be careful nowadays, because you can get sent to prison for hurty words, didn't you know? So the first thing, somebody called Bridget Phillips, I'm assuming she's some knob with the government, some Labour person, and she wants more young people in the UK to be having children. I can already tell you what the incentive will be. I didn't even have to read the article. There'll be more help with childcare. Okay, one. Yeah, that's an incentive. What's an incentive into it? You can still have your children, give them to somebody else pretty much as soon as they're born, all day, every day, and still work yourself to death, because we'll pay for it. And two, I'll tell you, a lot of these nurseries and childminder agencies, they're not proper. It's not proper childcare funding. A lot of them can't do it. A lot of them are shutting because it's not what it says on the tin. They're not getting the proper funding, even though they're telling parents it's proper funding. But you'll have to listen to somebody who knows all the data on that. But trust me, that's what's happening, because I was thinking about being a childminder a couple of years ago. I'm still in a few childminder groups on Facebook. One, because I'm interested, and two, because you pick up snippets of things that's going on. So it's not all that it's cracked up to be. And the other thing is, once again, the impetus is on getting to mothers to be able to work, even though psychologists are screaming that, you know, little children need to be with their mothers as much as possible. And that's not me shaming working mothers, but we're not really exactly in a society that values motherhood and values having children and makes motherhood appear to be a lovely thing. We're too busy telling women in their most fertile years that motherhood isn't a career. You should be doing a career. You're not valuable unless you do a career. You're not valuable unless you're making money and paying tax. And not telling people the truth that you can start a career at any age, or that it doesn't have to be a high power full-time job to matter, or, you know, your children are only little for a very short amount of time. It's a very short amount of time you're out of the job market and you can get back in it. Nobody tells you any of these things. It's always, oh, you know, you have to have a career in your most fertile years, and why would you get married and have kids in your most fertile years? You're meant to be spending money and travelling and partying and sleeping with random men. It's a cultural thing. So I'm not blaming, you know, women, but this is the culture that we've created, that the government's created for their own ends, to pay tax. So everybody's paying tax. And same as when we was at school. If you went to the careers advisor, you couldn't say that you wanted to be a wife and a mother. They was like, oh no. That's not a career. That's not a worthy aspiration. And the other thing, the other myth, the other lie they've been peddling for years and years and years, which now that they want to backtrack from, is that having children is bad. It's bad for the planet. Overpopulation. Selfish to have children. Selfish. But now they're realising that their current taxpayers aren't having enough offspring to replace those taxpayers. Now they're like, now you can have children. Similar with China, wasn't it? They were on about years and years and years, one child policy. All horrendous propaganda, horrendous consequences if you had more than one child. And now nobody's having children in China and they're begging them to have children. How about the government just butts out on people's fertility? Pardon me, and them having kids. So yeah, the government have started all these lies and things to make you not want to have children. And in the meantime, we're paying the highest energy bills in Europe. This country is turning into something that people who have lived here all our lives can't even recognise anymore. The country's becoming dangerous, it's becoming expensive, and they're like, have a baby, we'll give you a voucher for nursery. That's not going to cut it, love. It's not going to cut it. You need to look at the more important issues that are going on and why people aren't having kids. Same as all this, as soon as you turn on the telly or social media, it's like war, 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 climate change, poverty, do that, and they wonder why people aren't having kids. Second thing is, I didn't even know about this. Apparently there's just some website called Tattle. I think it's Tattle. Sorry if I got it wrong. Tattle, where it's thread after thread after thread of sad, lonely individuals being nasty about famous people. It's like a gossip forum is what they call it. Didn't even know about it. I knew there was one called the cake factory, cake shop, bakery, gossip bakery, something like that. Because I'd seen a couple of nasty threads about Jane Merrill Stewart, and I read a couple of pages worth a couple of years ago. When you read it, it's like, these people are such sad bastards. They're just like, one, I haven't got the time to sit on the internet writing crap about somebody, but they're clearly watching all the videos and analysing everything, and what can we twist, what can we nasty about. And then you got Jane Merrill Stewart, highly successful on YouTube, supporting herself, family, making money out of all these hate views and hate comments and what have you. So, you know, who's the loser there? But anyway, apparently this Tattle's like that. So I didn't think much on it, because I thought it was just another place where idiots gather, isn't it? But then I saw musical theatre star Carrie Fletcher, her husband, come up on his Instagram. He was quite rightly swearing and stuff, saying about these people on being nasty about him, his wife, Carrie Fletcher, and their daughter, on this Tattle. And again, I didn't think much of it, apart from all that's terrible. But then I saw in comments somebody put that they'd have gone and had a look on it, and they were surprised at how obsessed people are with them. So I went and had a butcher's today. I didn't really click on anything like properly, because I didn't want to have to sign in, or, you know, I'm not that, I don't want to be embroiled and all that. But what I saw, they are obsessed. People are obsessed. I mean, when you're in the public eye, and in general, because people are horrible, you expect the odd nasty comment. Like, there was the odd nasty comment. It's not right and it's not nice, but there was the odd nasty comment, like people going, she actually looks like a clown. She actually looks like a clown now, with her hair and her clothes and her makeup. Which, I'll admit, made me laugh. But yeah, but I've had it. Folks say stuff about me, I'm not bothered. But that's like, it's not nice, but it's gonna happen. But people have been going the extra mile, talking about mum shaming, like the reason people aren't having as many kids or having kids. One of the threads was called Carrie Fletcher has got more tattoos than days she's seen her daughter. And apparently they've been dragging her kid into it, and like publishing her address and contacting her employers, affecting her work as well. Now that is going way above and beyond. That's next level bullying. It's not right. Apparently she's printing off like examples of it for evidence, because it's going to court, all these tattle things. And whilst I believe in free speech, that's going way above and beyond, especially when there's a short child involved. It's not nice, and it shouldn't be happening. And nice normal people didn't even know that tattle existed. I didn't even know it existed. And nice normal people who are busy with their own lives haven't got time to sit there on the internet looking at people they hate, writing things about people they hate. They haven't. So, you know, I hope it works out well for her. I hope it's put a stop to. But it just shows you people are arseholes, and they don't deserve it. What was the other thing? Meghan Markle. I'm a bit late on this one. I have my opinions about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And they're mixed opinions. I mean, one, I think from day one you could have seen how this is going to end. And I don't like the whole, we're going to America for our privacy, but then the first thing we're going to do is get Netflix deals and Spotify deals and because that's you know, contrary. But I do also think, and this is probably controversial, forgive me, I do also think Prince William was always the stronger one out of the two brothers, and that carry on with Princess Diana and Camilla, his mum dying, and Camilla now being queen, which when they always said she was never going to be queen. I mean, fair enough. When Camilla married Charles, there was a lot of hate and she stuck it out, and I do respect her for that. They didn't run off to another country, or he didn't have to give up his lineage or his culture or anything like that. She stuck it out. But I also see from Prince Harry's point of view, this woman's now queen, and it's bad to... I read somewhere that he'd gone down the same tunnel Princess Diana died at the same speed to try and get closure, and it just messed him up even more. So he's got issues, but like I say, I'm mixed bag on my feelings about them pair. But they released a video, I think it was for Lilibet's birthday 4 years ago, where they're dancing in the hospital. I agree that that's not something to publicly put out if you're a member of the royal family, and I also agree that her bump looks a weird shape. But sometimes bumps are weird shapes. Plus she was holding it up like that, so I wondered if she had a top on underneath and that had bunched up under a nightie and made the bumps. So I don't know about that. But all these like social media videos and reporters and news shows who are making eyes, the most appalling thing they've ever seen and the most cringeworthy thing they've ever seen, and why would you do that? Not one of them has acknowledged that 4 years ago when that was filmed, the baby mama dance was a trend on YouTube. Heavily pregnant women dancing to the baby mama dance song, because I considered doing it with Jerry, and then I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm a fool of myself. Plus I couldn't get my husband to do it with me. So it didn't come out of thin air. That was a trend that they got from somebody else. Loads, like the hundreds of other people that have done it. And it just looked like two people having fun to me, and people going, there's no way she could dance and twerk when she's that heavily pregnant. No way. I've had 5 kids. The last baby, probably not, and the second baby, probably not. But the first baby, third baby, and fourth baby, I could have twerked my arse off at 9 months pregnant, and I wouldn't have done, but I could have done. I was going to burlesque cheer dances till I was about 7.5 months pregnant. So burlesque cheer dance classes when I was about 6-7 months pregnant with Jerry. You know, not all of us are incapacitated when we're pregnant, so I don't think that was totally fair. And the last thing I wanted to have a wee rant about, I've calmed down loads now. Been a hell of a day. Might be boring for you, it's therapy for me. The last thing I wanted to address was the Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot. Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot. I think this is a bad idea. I really hope it's not a bad idea. I hope it's a massive success and it's done really well. But how often are reboots done that are done really well? Especially when something that appealed to you in your teen years, early 20s, and that cast comes back and they're now in their 50s and 60s, it's not going to be the same. It's very, very hard to do, I think. Very, very hard. I'm hoping it's not going to be a massive disaster, but I don't know why they do it. Why do they do it? Sometimes it's good to think, that was brilliant, now we're letting it go. Just let it go. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I never watched Sex and the City, because when it first came out, was I still at school when it first came out? Might have been. I wouldn't have been allowed to watch it anyway. And then when I was older, I thought, I'm not bothered about that. They don't look very good representations of women. And since then, I watched the first film, and I didn't mind the first film, actually. I thought it was alright. And I've seen enough clips to know that Samantha Jones was the best character. Didn't watch the second film. Wasn't interested when they brought it back. But when they brought Sex and the City back as, and just like that, I knew it was going to be a disaster, and it has been a disaster, hasn't it? It's very, very hard to bring something back you was nostalgic about and still hit all the right buttons and not make a fool of yourself or not be a letdown. So I'm calling it now. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be awful, but I'm hoping it won't be. Anyway, that's my little chatteroony for you today. Covered loads of random shiz. If you like a bit of random shiz, please subscribe. If you don't like a bit of random shiz, I bet you won't. I bet you'll unsubscribe, or you could just wait to the next video, which won't be a load of random shiz. You know, you could get a grip. My court case is on the 29th of July. I can't talk about it on here. If you want to know what's going on, you have to go on Patreon. But I will do a video about it after, but it probably won't, depend on how it goes. Might go well and might not go well. Either way, I'll have to get my thoughts together and get time to film it, because I want to get into everything. It's over a year's worth of crap, and I want to get into everything. Not because it's my chance to talk, and also I want you to understand the hell it's been, and all the different things, that I'm not allowed to say, or in court they're going to say it's not relevant but is relevant, and so I'm going to need time to film it. So it won't come out straight away. It's not going to be like court's 29th of July, the video comes out 30th of July. It'll be way down the line. It'll be like end of August, September, something like that, when I put the video out explaining what's been going on. So hopefully it'll go well. So I'll see you next time, my loves.